Today, we are going to discuss the first chapter of this course, and the title of the chapter is Introduction to Services. You know, services marketing is one of the major courses of marketing. So, I want to start with an understanding of marketing. Then, we'll move to services marketing. How we can define marketing and what is marketing to us? Nowadays, we are saying that marketing is all about managing successful relationship with the customers. So we are managing relationship with the customers successfully. That is all about marketing nowadays. Let us see how we can how marketing is defined by American Marketing Association. American Marketing Association is one of the biggest, one of the largest marketing institutions in the world. We can say it is a marketing authority in the world. So let's see how marketing is defined by American Marketing Association. Marketing is an organizational function. The first thing is it is an organizational function. Marketing consists of a lot of activities, and all these activities cannot be performed haphazardly at sixes and sevens. It means since marketing consists of a lot of activities, we'll have to perform all these activities in a systematic way, in an organized fashion, in a scientific manner. So, first of all, we are saying that it is an organizational function. Then, it is a set of process. Whenever we are talking about process, each and every process consists of a number of stages. Like other processes, you will find that there are some stages. I mean, three stages in marketing mentioned here. What are these three stages? The first one is creating, number two, communicating, and number three is delivering. Now the point is what to create, what to communicate, and what to deliver. We'll have to create, communicate, and deliver value. To me, value is all about power to satisfy human requirements, to satisfy customer requirements. So from this understanding, this definition, what do you see first? We'll have to create something, we'll have to communicate something, we'll have to deliver something. To whom? To the customers. So what is this something? This something is the value. Value means we'll have to create, communicate, and deliver something that has value to others. It means that has the capacity to satisfy the requirements of a set of customers. And for managing customer relationships. As a marketer, we'll have to have a relationship with the customers. Why? Because marketing has become so competitive, it has become a battlefield. As a marketer, we don't want to sell our goods or services to the customers only for once. We want to achieve lifetime value. It means that if we get a customer, once we can sell our product to a particular customer, we'll try to sell our product to the customers again and again throughout their lifetimes. So if we can have a relationship, if we can maintain a relationship with that customer, probably we'll be able to sell our goods or services to that particular customer again and again. And at the end, we'll be able to achieve the lifetime value of the customer. And you see, all these activities must be performed in such ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. Organization, I mean the marketer, definitely. Whoever is the marketer must have an objective. The marketer must have an objective, so the marketer will be benefited. It means that the marketer will be able to achieve its goal or its objectives. At the same time, all stakeholders will be benefited. Let us see who are the stakeholders of a company, of a marketing firm or marketing institution. Basically, stakeholders are the individuals or groups which have expectations from a business or which can influence a business. I can tell you there are two types of stakeholders: primary stakeholder and secondary stakeholders. Primary stakeholders are the individuals or groups or firms which have or that have direct expectations from a business. So who are these? Say the investors, the customers, the employees. So these three groups are called primary stakeholder. I repeat, investors, shareholders, customers, and employees, especially those who are working for the company. On the contrary, there are some secondary stakeholders. There are so many individuals, so many groups which have or that have indirect expectation from a business. For example, we can say, government. Government has an expectation from a business because government is having tax, and so on. We can talk about there are so many wholesalers, retailers, agents, suppliers. They are also working with a firm, so they have also expectation from the company. We can talk about our national environment, our local community, and so on. So they are our secondary stakeholders. So stakeholders can be of two types: primary stakeholder and secondary stakeholder. It means that it is an organizational function and a process comprising three stages: creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers. And the marketer is trying to manage a relationship with the customers in such ways, in such manners, by which the company, the marketer, will be able to achieve its objective, and all the stakeholders will be benefited. And that is all about marketing. It is a comprehensive definition which is given by American Marketing Association, as I have mentioned earlier. And definitely, I have discussed some other definitions, and I have shared my understanding with you about marketing, the scope of marketing. Thank you. Now, let us see. As a marketer, what you can offer? We talk about product, we talk about marketable entities. As a marketer, as a marketing manager, we can offer all these marketable entities. These are all products or under the title of product, under the title of market offering. Product is basically an umbrella term. It includes a lot of entities under the title of product or market offering. Basically, a market offering can be anything. It can be a physical object, goods. It can be service. It is a combination of goods or service. If we are offering it to the market for customers' attention, acquisition, and for their consumption, and it has the capacity to satisfy the requirements of the customers. That is a market offering. Now let us see, as a marketer, as a marketing manager, what we can offer to the customers. You see, these are all marketable entities, say properties, real property, financial property, physical objects, say pan, say salt, say soap. These are all physical objects. Events, there are so many events which are being marketed: ICC World Cup, FIFA World Cup, Mr. World Competition, Miss World Competition, experience. Say when you go to a theme park, when you go to a fantasy kingdom, what you are having, we are having experience. A person, you see the politicians. I give you some examples. They are marketing. You see, place. It is a certain place we are promoting to some customers, some people. Say go Goa, Malaysia through the Asia. Malaysian government is promoting Malaysia to draw the attention of people, to draw the attention of tourists. We are talking about our Sundarban. We are talking about our Cox's Bazar. We have the world's longest sea beach, and we are trying to draw the attention of people to the Cox's Bazar. We want people to visit our Cox's Bazar as a tourist. Then I'm talking about organization. There are so many organizations which are trying to build a good corporate image so that people will have a positive attitude toward the organization. I can talk about Philips. Philips says that let's make things better. If I'm talking about LG, LG says that we bring good things to the lives. In our country, you see, Boshundara says that for the people and for the country, Desho Manusha Kolana Boshundara. If we are talking about Square, a local company, a leading local company, it is saying that Jivan Bachate Ushad Jivan Shazat Prashadani. So why all these companies are saying so? To build a good image. And you will find that there are so many companies which are spending a lot of money for their CSR and other activities so that they can have a good image and people will be having a positive attitude toward the company. The next one is information. So whenever we are buying a book of services marketing, what is it actually? It is a physical object and it contains like some pieces of information. Without this information, probably we are not going to buy the book. Whenever we are buying a newspaper, you see what we are buying. We are buying information. When you go to a diagnostic center, we are doing MRI, CT scan, and so on, or some investigations. We are given a piece of report, and what does it contain? It contains some pieces of information. So it is also being marketed. An idea behind each and every single product. There is an idea. We can talk about some social ideas. Say ছেলে দুটি সন্তানই যথেষ্ট, say no to drugs, say no to child labor. So these are all ideas which are being marketed. And finally, there is another marketable entity, that is service. Service is an activity, it is an act, it is a deed, it is a performance, it is an action. One party can offer to others. You can offer me, I can offer you, but it is intangible. It means we can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it before we make actual purchase. And it doesn't result in the ownership of anything. Say, for example, when you go to a bank, we are getting services. When you go to a physician, we are getting services. When you go to teachers or school, college, universities, we are having services. When we are going to mosque or temple, we are getting services. When we are going to a gymnasium, we are getting services. So what is that? It is an action, or it is an act, it is an activity, it is a performance, which is intangible. We can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. One party can offer to others, you can offer me or I can offer you, and it doesn't result in the ownership of anything. That is service. So if you see service is quite different from physical objects. So the understanding of the marketing of goods, the understanding of the marketing of physical objects is not enough for marketing of services. That is why a new course has been designed for the students of marketing, and the title of the course is Services Marketing. So we'll be discussing all the distinctive characteristics of services, the peculiarities of services, the differences between goods and services, which require more attention, concentration, knowledge from the marketer. And for that reason, service marketing is a course, is one of the courses or major courses of marketing. Let's see. We are penetrating service or service industry, or to have an understanding of service, we need to know these few aspects. Service industry, service companies, services as products, customer service, and derived service. I talked about what is service. Again, I tell you, it is an activity, it is a performance, which is intangible. You can see it, you can touch it. One party can offer to others, you can offer me or I can offer you. Say, I am speaking to you, it is kind of service. It is a service, pure service. And it doesn't result in the ownership of anything, right? We cannot own it. Now you see, what do you mean by service company and service industry? Service company is a firm. It is a single unit of an industry that is providing a particular service or a set of services to its target market, to its customers. That is a company. If I'm talking about some medical services or healthcare services, Square Hospitals Limited, it is a particular company that provides service industries and service companies, services as products, customer service, derived service. Service company, basically, it is a single unit of of a industry which is providing a particular services to the customers, or a class of services, a type of services to the customers. So, for example, if I'm talking about Square Hospitals, it is providing healthcare services to the customers. It provides a good number of healthcare or medical treatment, healthcare services to the customers. On the other hand, if I'm talking about service industries, service industry consists of all the companies which are providing a particular service or a class of services to the customers. So in that case, service company Square Hospitals itself is a company that is providing services to the customers. On the contrary, all the hospitals available in Bangladesh or in Dhaka city make up a particular industry. So all hospitals make up an industry. On the other hand, A company is a single unit in an industry that provides a particular service or a series of services, a class of services to the customers. I can give another example. If you look at Prime Bank Limited or Sonali Bank Limited, they are providing financial services to the customers, to its clients. So Sonali Bank itself or Prime Bank itself is a firm, is a company that produces and delivers services to the customers. On the contrary, service industries include all the banks which make up banking industry, or all the financial institutions which are providing financial services to the customers make up what? Financial service industry. So the first thing is we'll have to be clear about service industry and service company. I repeat, service company is a single unit in an industry that provides a particular service or services. On the other hand, service industries or a service industry includes all the firms in a particular sector which are providing a particular service or a good number of services or a class of services to its customers. If you look at our environment, you'll find there are so many service companies and so many service industries which are providing services to the customers. I'll be discussing different service industries later on. Services as product, it means what is the main market offering of a company to the customers. If we find that service, only service is the main offering of a company, then we can say that service as a products of that company. Let's take an example. If I'm talking about a bank, what they're providing financial services only to the customers. On the other hand, if you look at Unilever or Kohinoor Chemical Limited, you'll find they're providing what? They're providing physical objects to its customers, or to their customers. So Lux Wheel or Sunsilk, these are the main products. They are the products of Unilever Limited. On the other hand, what about the main product of Sonali Bank Limited? Financial services. What about the main product of a university? Say Dhaka University or Daffodil International University? Services, teaching services to the students. So that is the difference, number two. And you see number three, customer service. Customer service is the service that is not the main market offering of a company, but they are offering these services to the customers to make their main product different and distinguished from its customers. So these kind of services are called customer service. I can give one or two examples. If you look at Sony Corporation or Sony ranks in our country, if you buy a Sony television, you will be given a television box and you are taking it home. So what is the main product of Sony Corporation or Sony ranks? They're providing physical object, but at the same time, whenever you are buying a television, you are given 3 years warranty. What is that? That is service. But what kind of service? It is customer service. You may be given home delivery. What is that? Service. But what kind of service? Customer service. You can be given installation facilities at your home. What is that? That is service. What kind of service? Customer service. I tell you, this is not, or these are not the main product of Sony ranks or Sony Corporation. What is the main product of Sony Corporation or Sony ranks? The main product is television, the box, the physical objects, the tangible thing. Now you see, if you look at an airlines company, they are providing traveling services by Airbus, by airplane. But if you look at US Bangla Airlines in our country, they also deliver pick and drop services of their clients, of their valued or executive class or business class customers or travelers. You see, the main market offering and the main product of an airlines company is providing traveling services from airport to airport. So you are traveling from Dhaka to Singapore. So the airlines company is supposed to take you from Dhaka airport and to drop you at Singapore airport. But you see, Singapore Airlines offer you, if you are a business class customer, offers you, or US Bangla Airlines offers you pick and drop services. That is, they are picking you from your residence, and at the end of you're traveling, okay, they also drop you at your home. So it is an extra service. It is a service that is provided by a service company, say airlines company, but it is not their main service. It is not their main product. It is their customer service. So by this service, the company is trying to make itself different from its competitors. You look at a university. If I'm talking about our university, Daffodil International University, what you see? So why students are coming to the university to take services? To take services, say after the completion of 4 years, if a student complies with all the requirements of the university, they will have a degree. But you see, if you look at EA university or private university, they are taking a lot of initiatives which they're not supposed to do. Say, when I went to the university, I never ever expected that my university will offer me placement services and so on, or will help me in different ways so that I can become an entrepreneur. But your university takes a lot of initiatives for your better placement, for making you an employer, and so on. You see, these are not the basic operations or basic service of a university. These are additional services which can be treated as customer services from the marketing point of view. So these are customer services. So again, customer services are the services which are provided by the company along with their main services to make their services or to make their company different and distinguished from its competitors. And you see, the last one is direct service. I tell you, this is not still much talked as a service. But in the days to come, we'll be having a lot of focus on direct service. Direct service basically is service that we are getting from a physical object, and for which we value services. We value a physical object. I repeat, direct service are the services which we are getting with, which we are obtaining from a physical object. And because of these services, because of the particular service we are getting from a physical object, we value or we buy the physical object. I can give an example. Say we are buying a pen. What is a pen? Is it something intangible? No, it is tangible. So it is a physical object. Now you see why we buy this pen. This pen gives us some services. What services? Writing services. If we buy a pen, if I own a pen, if I have a pen, I can write with the pen. So pen gives me writing services. So since a pen can give me writing services, so we value the pen, we want the pen, or a pen has value to me. So that is what that is direct service. Finally, I tell you again, direct service is a service that we obtain from a physical object, from goods, and for which we buy the goods or physical object. As we are talking about service industries, there are so many service industries in a country, and some service industries are mentioned here. And if you look at our environment, our context, you will find a lot of companies, a lot of industries which are providing services. And each and every day we are consuming, we are taking a lot of services from all these industries. So hospitality, there's a lot of hotels, motels, restaurants, and so on, which are providing a lot of services to the customers. Professional services, there are so many firms, research firms, consultancy firms, event management firms, so legal firms, and so on. These are providing so professional services to the customers. You see, healthcare, as I was talking about a hospital, there are so many hospitals in our country, in Dhaka city and across the country. So all these hospitals make up hospital industry. If I see the traveling industry, there are so many traveling firms, airlines firms, transportation firms, marine transportation firms, and so on. So these are all facilitated to travel people from one place to other places. Travel industry, financial services, as I was talking about, banks, and there are so many non-bank financial institutions like insurance company, leasing firms, and so on. And all these are providing financial services to the customers. And what is the last one? The last one is others. It includes so many service industries. I can talk about, say, when you go to the hairdressers, we are taking services. When you go to the gymnasium, we are taking services, and so on. So there are so many service industries, and which are providing a lot of services, okay, to the consumers. And as a consumer, we are consuming a lot of services every single day. Tangibility spectrum. Tangibility spectrum. We know the difference between goods and services. And primarily, we say that goods are tangible, services are intangible. So, tangibility is one of the important determinants which distinguish, which differentiate between goods and services. Primarily, it is said that goods are tangible, services are intangible. So, here in this slide, we can see what are the goods because of that tangibility, what are the services because of the intangibility. And at the same time, how tangible a goods is, a physical object is, and how intangible a service is. So in this continuum, we will see the intensity of intangibility or intensity of tangibility in goods and services. So there are so many market offerings which are dominated by tangibility. At the same time, there are so many market offerings which are dominated by intangibility. So these are all tangibility dominant, which are those salts, soft drinks, detergents, automobiles, cosmetics. You see, it also shows different levels of tangibility in case of physical objects. On the other hand, you see, these are the market offerings. These are the market offerings which are dominated by intangibility. And between these two, you will find fast food outlets. It is said that if I'm talking about a restaurant, it is a hybrid offer. It is a combination of physical objects, I mean tangible things and intangible things. So whenever we are going to a restaurant, like we are having some food. Say we are having our breakfast. So whenever we are having our breakfast, it is something tangible we are having. At the same time, there are some intangible aspects. So as soon as we go to a restaurant, we are about to enter into a restaurant. So someone is opening the door with a salute, with a warm welcome. Then someone is leading us to a particular table. Probably another person is coming to us with a menu, and he or she is taking order. Then someone is serving our foods. And after having our consumption, after having our food, our breakfast, we are checking out, and again one other person is saying thanks to us and expressing their gratitude to us. So you see, the food in the restaurant, that is only the thing we find tangible, and rest of the things are intangible. So whenever we are talking about a restaurant or we are having some food within a restaurant, it is a combination of goods and service. It is a combination of goods and service, which is called hybrid offer. Then advertising agencies, airline agencies, airlines companies use investment management or consultancy firms. So these are providing services, and the market offering we are getting from them is mostly intangibility dominant. And finally, if I'm talking about teaching, okay, this is highly intangible, no accompanying physical objects along with this. And probably to some extent, I feel that the teachers are very cruel. They only serve students. Okay? They don't provide any accompanying goods to the students in teaching. So it is fully intangible, and it is pure service. So what is the conclusion from this slide? The slide is a market offering can be pure physical object, a market offering can be pure service. And some market offerings can be a combination of goods and service. And we see here combination of goods and service, but this is pure physical object and this is pure service, because it is fully intangible. It is purely service. So what is the conclusion? A market offering can be pure goods, I mean physical objects. It can be pure service, or it can be a combination of goods and service. How we can distinguish between goods and services? So what are the areas based on which you can differentiate between goods and services, between a physical object and a service? You see, there are four issues or four areas based on which you can distinguish between goods and services. The first one is intangibility, number two, heterogeneity, number three, simultaneous production consumption, and what's the fourth one? The fourth one is perishability. Intangibility, as I mentioned earlier, services intangible. It means we cannot see it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it before we make an actual purchase. This is the first one. Heterogeneity, services are variable. Services are heterogeneous. What does it mean? It means that the quality of services can be different in different times, even though The service is provided by an individual person. I can give an example. If you buy, if Unilever produces 100,000 pieces of blocks today, I tell you the quality, quantity, size, color, fragrance, hardness, softness, weight will be the same for each and every single one of blocks produced by Unilever Bangladesh Limited today. But on the other hand, if 100 or 200 classes are being taken place in a particular university, I tell you, each and every class will be different from one another because it is a service. Even though all these teachers are working for a particular university, but the quality of teaching in the classes will be different will be different from one another. Even if a particular teacher is taking some classes a day, or 2 or 3 classes, and I tell you, the quality, the performance of the teacher will be different in different classes. So, thing is, it is easy to manage the standard of physical objects. On the other hand, it is quite difficult for the marketer to maintain the standard of services because services are heterogeneous, services are variable, and this variability depends on who is providing services, how the service is being provided, in what environment the service is being provided to the customers, and how the services are being provided to the customers. So the point is, the goods are standardized, services are heterogeneous, variable. Simultaneous production and consumption, that time of production of services and consumption of services take place at the same time. It means that when a service is being produced, at the same time the service is being consumed. Production of services and consumption of services take place. There's no difference. Since service is a performance, so when the provider is performing and delivering the services, at the same time the consumers are consuming the services. On the other hand, and if I'm talking about a physical object or goods, the time of production and time of consumption will be different in case of a physical object. Perishability, it says services are perishable. It means we cannot store services for later sale. Once, if it is gone forever. On the other hand, if I'm talking about physical objects which are not perishable, which we can store, but in case of service, we cannot store, we can put services in our warehouse for later sale. The services are perishable. We cannot store it. Perishability here, we mean services cannot be stored for later sale. And it is quite difficult for the marketer to make a balance between the demand for services and the supply of services because it is perishable, you can store it. So there are the major issues based on which you can distinguish, you can differentiate between goods and services. Services are intangible, on the contrary, physical objects are tangible. Services are heterogeneous, it means variable, quality of services are different. On the other hand, physical objects are heterogeneous, standardized. Number 2, simultaneous production and consumption. Production and consumption of services take place at the same time. And finally, perishable. Goods are not perishable, on the contrary, services are perishable. So it is quite difficult for the marketer to manage, to make a balance between goods and services. You find the summary of the differences between goods and services. Goods are tangible, services are intangible, which I mentioned. Goods are standardized, services are heterogeneous. And production, in case of goods, the production can be different from consumption, but on the other hand, in case of services, production of services and consumption of services take place at the same time. Services are perishable and goods are not perishable. As a consumer, you see, whenever we are in a position to buy a particular market offering, we go for an evaluation. And you can see the title, Consumer Evaluation Process for Services. Definitely, you say as a customer, I am in a position to buy a physical object or service. We will go for evaluation, we will be evaluating. After evaluation, we will select a particular product or particular brand, then we will purchase. But the process of evaluation can be different. Even sometimes we customers may not have the capacity to evaluate a particular market offering. So here, We understand that evaluation is one of the stages of our buying decision process. You studied our buying decision process, and evaluation is one of the stages of buying decision process. Let us see how we customers evaluate, and on the basis of customers evaluation, we can categorize, we can classify all the market offerings into three segments, three categories. So based on what? I repeat, based on evaluation. So all these market offerings are divided into three segments. Some are of SaaS qualities, some are of experience qualities, some are of credence qualities. You see the first category. Again, I tell you, based on what? Based on evaluation process. How we evaluate a market offering. Now you see SaaS qualities. SaaS qualities says there are so many market offerings, there are so many products which we can evaluate before the purchase. We can go for a thorough evaluation. We can evaluate the market offering thoroughly before we make the purchase decision, before we buy the product. I will give you a lot of examples. And you see experience qualities, there are so many products which we cannot evaluate before the purchase. But while while we are consuming the market offering, we can evaluate. But before consumption, we cannot evaluate. Or we can evaluate while we are consuming, not before the purchase. Experience quality. At the same time, there are so many market offerings. We are consumer, we are consuming, but we lack skills, we lack capacity. Probably we don't have the ability or capacity to evaluate those market offerings. Okay, which is called credence quality. It means that there are so many products which are very easy for us to evaluate, and at the same time, there are so many products which are quite difficult for us to evaluate. If I'm talking about bypass surgery, is it possible as a patient, okay, to evaluate the performance of a doctor, or that they're doing a good job or a bad, right job or wrong job for me? I'm a patient, I'm the consumer of bypass surgery, but I don't have the capacity to evaluate the performance of a doctor because of my skills. I don't have that skills, okay, to evaluate it. So what I want to mean, on the basis of the evaluation or how we evaluate a product, based on that we can classify all the market offerings into three segments. The first one is SaaS qualities, experience qualities, and the third one is credence qualities. Let's see an example. There are so many products which are easy to evaluate. At the same time, there are so many products which are difficult to evaluate. And they are the products which are of high in SaaS qualities, and they're the products which are of high in experience qualities, and they're the products or market offerings which are of high in credence qualities. You see, easy to evaluate, and they're the products which are very easy to evaluate. So as a customer, it's very easy for us to evaluate, say, our clothing, jewelry, furniture, housing, and automobiles. On the other hand, you see, these are the products which we are evaluating while we are consuming. But these are the market offerings, so these are the products which we can evaluate before the purchase. But these are the products of market offering which we can evaluate while we are consuming. And finally, you see, these are the products which we cannot evaluate even after our consumption. As I gave you an example of bypass surgery, so I'm a customer, I'm a patient, I'm taking the service of a service company of a doctor, but I lack skills, okay, to evaluate the performance of the doctor. So, which are high in experience qualities, restaurant means when you are having foods in a restaurant or vacations, say hair, we are having a haircut or a child care. So, while we are consuming, we can understand what's the performance, we can evaluate it. But about these market offerings, it is quite difficult for us to evaluate. Even television repairs, legal services, root canals. So when you go to the dentist, if you're having a root canal services from a dentist, you see auto repair and medical diagnosis. So these are the market offerings which are very difficult for the customers to evaluate. On the other hand, they are the market offerings which are very easy for the customers to evaluate. So on the basis of the evaluation and evaluation process, or how a customer evaluates, we can distinguish all the survey. We can classify all the market offerings into three groups: high in SaaS qualities, high in experience qualities, and high in credence qualities. The service marketing triangle. In fact, there are three types of marketing take place in service marketing, or in the marketing takes place in three levels. And what are the major parties here? The company itself, the employees who are the service providing, and you see the customers who are receiving services from the company. You see the company is a firm, right, which is providing services to the customers. Now you see what are these three levels of marketing or three kinds of marketing: external marketing, internal marketing, interactive marketing. External marketing is all about the marketing that takes place between the company and customers. It means that what the company is communicating with the customers, what is the promise the company is setting to the customers, what is that? That is external marketing. Internal marketing, once we are making any promise to our customers, we'll have to make it. So to make it, we'll have to have people like who will be able to deliver right services according to our promise to the customers. So we'll have to hire right people, and we'll have to train them up. We'll have to make them capable or able so that they can deliver, they can render services according to our promise, which we set, which we communicated in our external marketing. And finally, interactive marketing. Interactive, services is all about an activity, or it is all about a performance that takes place between the provider and receiver. So employees are the service provider and customers are the receivers. So when there is an interaction between employees, I mean service providers and customers, then we can say that service is taking place. Then we can say that service is taking place. So what's the conclusion? Three levels or three kinds of marketing take place in services marketing. External marketing that takes place between company and customers. It means that what the company is saying to the customers. And internal marketing, it takes place between the company and employees. It indicates that how the company is making people able or capable of delivering right services to the customers. And interactive marketing, it means the interaction that takes place employees and customers in providing a particular service to the customers. So which is called interactive marketing. So these three levels of marketing take place in are taking place in services marketing: external marketing, internal marketing, and interactive marketing. Technology is highly pervasive. We cannot imagine a single moment in our life, personal lives, in our even working lives, without technology. And technology is highly integrated in services. Even if I'm talking about this class, we are on a technological platform right now, and I'm rendering services to my students using technology. So, as I said, that three levels of marketing takes place in services marketing: external marketing, internal marketing, and interactive marketing. In all these marketing activities, technology is involved. We are using technology, we are engaging technology to provide better services for the customers. And customers are also using technology to take their services from the company. So technology, it has become an integral part of our personal life, as well as it has become a important element of our services marketing as a whole. Let us see services marketing mix. Okay, how many P's you see in the title? There are 7 P's for services, and typically we came to know that there are 4 P's in marketing, and these 4 P's make up marketing mix. And what are these traditional P's? Product, price, place, and promotion. As a marketer, we say first of all we will have to produce a product, then we'll have to set a price, then we'll have to make this product available to the customers, and we'll have to communicate. We'll have to communicate our product, our market offering to the customers. But these 4 P's are not enough for services marketing. As I mentioned earlier, that services are quite different from physical objects. So these 4 ones are enough for goods marketing. But because of the peculiarity, because of the special characteristics or special traits of services, like these 4 ones are not enough. So academics have included 3 more P's in services marketing. So we are getting 7 P's in total, including the 4 ones which are needed for goods marketing. So what are these 3 new P's? You see, these 3 new P's are people, process, and physical evidence. So how many P's or how many elements in service marketing mix? We are having 7 P's in service marketing mix. Let us see one by one. I'm not going to explain in details about these 4 P's because these are traditional marketing mix. As a marketer, first of all, we have to produce a product that has the capacity to satisfy requirements of the customers, and we are offering it to the market. That is product. Price, we'll have to set a price which will be attractive to the customers and by which the company can achieve its objective or profit goal or profit objective or whatever the objective, marketing objective of the campaign. We'll have to set a price which will have to be affordable to the customers and attractive. And price is all about the amount of money that we are charging for our goods and services from the customers. Place is all about making goods or services available to the customers. It means whatever is our market offering, we'll have to make it available to the customers. It is concerned with channel of distribution. We can use channels in different levels, like a 1 level, 2 level, 3 level. In other words, I can say that we can use a direct channel or indirect channel, like to deliver our physical objects, to deliver our products to the customer's base. And promotion, in other words, we can say it is all about communication. We'll have to promote. It means that we have to inform our customers. We have to motivate our customers. We have to persuade our customers. We have to influence our customers, and we'll have to inform them what is our product, what are the benefits they will get, when the product is available, what is the price of the product, and so on. So we'll be informing all this information to the customers so that they are motivated, they are convinced, and they buy our product. So these are the 4 basic elements of marketing mix: product, price, place, and promotion. In addition to these 4 elements, in case of services marketing, as I said earlier, there are 3 new P's. What are those? These are people, process, physical evidence. People means the providers who are providing services and the customers. The people includes providers and customers. Process, marketing is a process. So whenever we are talking about service marketing or we are delivering services, it includes a lot of stages. Process consists of every stages. So as a customer or as a marketer, whenever we are delivering or we are receiving from customers and we are receiving from the marketers and we are rendering, we are delivering. Okay, both parties will have to follow a particular process which comprises a number of stages to deliver services to the customers in an appropriate manner. And physical evidence is all about the physical setting or environment, a certain environment, packaged environment in which the services will be provided to the customers. So until and unless we can create a congenial and conducive environment for a particular service, probably it will be difficult for the company to provide the right services to the customers. So these are the elements of extended service marketing mix. So how many elements? 7 elements: product, price, place, promotion, and 3 more ones, like people, process, and physical evidence. In this slide, the things have been shown in details under 4 different heads, which are the elements of traditional marketing mix: product, price, place, and promotion. Product, a lot of decisions we'll have to make under the title of product as a marketer.